instead of looking at our beautiful faces.
Oh, you make me blush. Beautiful faces. Thank you so much.
I thought I saw something. I thought I saw first blood coming.
You thought, but it's fake hype. We're coming in. Both teams yet to cross the river. They were in the river, and that's how they dropped that ward down. But they have not crossed it just yet. So if we're following the same repeat, we're going to see potentially Entity win this one. But as of the odds from esportsbet.io, it's looking like Tundra are pretty heavy favorites. What are your thoughts on this one? What are you thinking when you look at these odds?
I could see that happening. I mean, others, this Nyx Assassin Plus, Dead Prophet, I'm a big fan of Nyx. I think this hero should be picked more often, considering all the uncontrollable damage that we see coming out, like Dead Prophet being popular, Leshrac, these, like even Batrider, these type of heroes. It's very easy to set things up for Nyx. Not the strongest laner, so expect to see some more creep pooling. I want to see what Fishman is gonna get level 1, because I saw him play Disruptor. I thought it was situational. I thought it was a misclick, but I saw him not getting Thunderstrike at all. Starting with the Glimpse. Glimpse back in my days was unusable spell. It was like 50-second cooldown. You did not want to get that early on. Level 1 Glimpse, one of the worst abilities in the game. But yeah, he'll start with the Glimpse.
And now top tier and 24-second cooldown on level 1, so very usable. And well, now Undying, dying. Katomi getting that first blood on Snake King, and Entity already repeating, as we saw in Game 2 of the first qualifier. I believe they got first blood in.
Yeah, for someone called Undying, this hero definitely dies quite a lot. We've seen in the previous game, I think Misha was 0 and 11, 0, 13. It was a very difficult game for our fellow Undying.
Rough position to be in for sure, so we'll see if that changes at all, as well, right now it's just that one death. But this lane over bottom, Katomi on this Treant Protector, and well, Toby, another Soul Assumption and another kill on a Snake King, so he should just be dying, because he's certainly not Undying.
Rank check. Oh, it's it's a difficult walk of shame. There's multiple ways to call this. This also means that Skitter will need to be alone, so we'll get zoned out by Kataomi. Who got the second one? Toby got the second one, Kataomi got the first blood. So this bottom lane already going pretty bad for Tundra.
Now, giving Kataomi any early bump up in farm is certainly not what you want to give him, especially when he's on this Treant Protector. Leech Seed, Nature's Grasp, and well, this is already sustained damage on Skitter. He is struggling to feel comfortable, but he is 7-3, so it's not all bad.
Can't really trade against Treant Protector, especially with the boots. He's bringing some extra mangoes. Snaking coming back to a lane. Does have another sentry ward to drop.
Snaking? Again, just getting lit up here, and that Soul Assumption hitting hard once again. That is only a level 1 Soul Assumption. This has not been fun for Snaking. At least if he dies again this time, he'll have a TP to come back.
It's a lot of damage, and they do have mangoes to work with, 2 on Kataomi, 1 on Toby. So if they manage to get another initiation on this Undying, who's still level 1, they kill the Sentry Ward. We don't actually need to look at any other lanes. This is completely fine. I'm a big fan of like constant pressure that they're trying to put on Snaking.
Yeah.
Because top lane, everyone's full HP. Mid lane, 14 for Bat, 13 on Puck. This is the matchup where Puck doesn't die, and the Glimpse back. That's what I heard. Fishman.
Heard the Glimpse, no kinetic field to follow it up, but still though, Soxa and Fishman will fight. It's the battle of the right clicks from the supports. And well, Soxa's not getting the better of that one. Watson's gonna come over, Impale used, but now Spike Carapace. Fishman, he has Glimpse in just a second, but Watson doesn't want to stay. He wants to go back over to lane. And Soxa still though, running away from this Disruptor, gets up onto the high ground and eventually will keep his life. However, Snaking again over bottom, forced to use that Soul Rip to just survive. Like, this is being very tough for the Undying.
Yeah, he's not having a good time, but considering how everything went, Skeeter did manage to find some really good farm. And he's level 3. Snaking will drop one more time.
All 3 kills have been on this Undying thus far. And this bottom lane for Entity is really jumping off the starting line. What do you do you do here if you're the Weaver? Because right now you're getting CS,
he's on
you
top
do
of
lead,
CS.
but
He's more than fine. He's getting the trade. Undying's coming back to lane, full HP, full mana. Trading his life for mana on enemy position 4 and off lane so they can't kill Skeeter, which is, I don't know, doesn't sound too bad of an idea. In terms of experience, they only killed Undying like 2 times when he was level 1, so not much XP gained their way, and the second time he was level 2.
Yeah, so maybe it's not that much to sacrifice this Undying the way they have. Disruptor now, glimpse on a 33, sends him back to Watson. Kinetic Field will block Saksa from chasing, and Fishman able to escape this Nyx aggression. This 33, he looks to TP, but immediately stops it. Now Fishman's coming over. Multi-shot, Fishman staying within vision, but no glimpse for 5 seconds.
Sneaky play from 33. That could have been a disaster if glimpse was available a couple of seconds earlier. Man, this damage, right-click damage from Treant Protector, 2 points in Leech Seed.
It is not fun to be the Undying in this lane, and we have just seen evidence of that again and again and again. Entity, they've dropped a ward deep in this lane. They want to keep that vision so, you know, they can use this glimpse a little bit more reliably now that it's level 2 and has that extra range on it. Also have that vision if, say, maybe the puck does come towards top while they're deeper towards their tower.
I want to see if Stormstormer makes a rotation on the top lane. There was one game where he was playing Batrider. Lane was pushed in, so he TP'd near the trees on top, got the kill. Didn't even commit with the lasso. Rune is spawning. Let's see which active rune's going to be the first one. Haste.
Is Haste top.
That's a good way for 9 to gank the top lane.
He'll die again, this time to Stormstormer. And
keeping things balanced. Doesn't want to die 4 times in the same lane.
now 9, he's coming towards top with a haste. He thinks about going, but immediately turns around, and maybe not seeing anybody in the lane is what's kind of giving him away, and he just backs up. Backs up towards that mid lane once again and just be up here against Stormstormer, who's working on those boots of travel. 400 net worth lead for Stormstormer too, so a good lane for him on the Batrider once again. He's really not had any bad performances on this bat,
no,
it seems like.
It's his best hero. And 9 will TP bottom, a bit low on mana, does have 11 wand charges. Seems like they're sensing something is off.
That's really well done by Entity, right? Like, they both side lanes back off and don't allow 9 to get the ball rolling.
These are professional e-gamers. They are talking to each other. They know that their mid laner has a haste. Stormstormer calling out the miss. Everything on point.
And for right now, everything working out for Entity. They don't have over a 1K net worth lead, though, at this point. But it's going okay for the bat. If you look at the gold for the Weaver, he's actually doing better than the Drought, despite the fact that there have been kills given over a few times in this bottom lane. So maybe a little bit surprising in where the net worths are.
Skitter will hit level 6 after killing the creep wave, so there's not enough damage with the raindrop with the magic wand charges. He should be okay. And also, one of the reasons why they picked it is that's one of the few heroes who doesn't care too much about the Batrider. Slow, you can always run away. 9.
Waning Rift, silence on a 2, Impale lands on a Fishman. 9 here with the Illusory Orb. Trying to get some damage out to kill off Fishman. Fishman's got the glimpse, but it's not that far back, truthfully. Fishman's gonna get chased here, but, well, Saksa dies, and they're coming around on 9. They get the kill on a Fishman, they end up trading, and at least 9 gets something out of this entire chase, but Stormstormer already back to lane.
9 still holding on to that Dream Coil, so wants to use it to get a big kill on Watson here. Exorcism is available if they find Watson.
It's deeper into the trees, and they're going to start to take this tier 1 tower. Exorcism, Stormstormer comes up towards top. 33 not working with a lot of mana, has Arcane Boots in just a second. But 4 heroes have showed up for Entity. Dreamcoil is going to be on the 2 of them. They're trying to run, but the damage on the 33, they get the kill on the Death Prophet while the Exorcism's going. Tombstone up and immediately down. That's 125 gold going to Fishman, who's got the kinetic field up around Snake King, and the damage for Watson, now that he's at level 6, is there. And they'll take out a second.
Entity's so quick with these rotations, so you can see the rainbow TPs. They were ready to protect the Watson. They even dropped down like Living Armor, Leech Seed, and they also managed to kill Death Prophet during the first Exo, something that really doesn't happen. Like, they instantly blow her up, stopping any kind of a push on this Tier 1 tower.
Yeah, we've seen Death Prophet players just get that tower and really make it difficult for the opponent's carry to find a stable lane to farm in, and that's just not going to be the case with that Exo now down for so long. Watson's going to be able to stay stationary top. Or even still holding 2 supports here to look for some vision and pull somebody in, but the glimpse just, the range isn't there, unfortunately.
This time around, 33 decided to go with a bit of more of like different build. It was popular when Urn was a good item. Like, you've always seen someone buy an Urn where you like dominate the lane, you get the kill. But this item has been nerfed so many times, like the cast range, the cost multiple times, so it's not as good as it was before. So his timing on this mech/Guardian Greaves is not going to be as good.
Yeah, so working with a +1 item, Impel missing from Soxa. He does have this haste, but it's run out. And now they might even just look for a glimpse on him. Again, a little bit short in the range. They're going to chase. They have this word for when he shows up. Or, well, when he gets chased from Katomi. So Soxa, he's dropping. Watson's got the damage with the multi-shot. And, I mean, Entity has really made it look quite clean up to this point. 8-1, only a 1K lead. Entity's moves have looked good, but for the moment, Skitter's getting a lot out of his lane. Blue Static Storm doesn't jaunt over to the Illusory Orb. Seeds of Serenity are down, but 9, he'll be lassoed. The commitment's in from Entity to take out this puck. Meanwhile, bottom, Skitter's able to run down this Visage, so has the help from Snake with the Tombstone, and Skitter gets himself on the board.
Stormstormer was thinking about not using the lasso, and we see something that we did mention. Panel also talked about it. Puck into Disruptor can be a really difficult matchup. Like, even for this heroes like Nyx Assassin, who uses Carapace, starts to run away, but you wait, you glimpse him back, and then he's most likely going to be dead. Same goes for Weaver. So this build on Skeeter, I want to see if it's just going to be Maelstrom straight into BKB, or if he wants to put the Dragonlance just to be able to, you know, it increases your farm, tanks you up slightly, and maybe he thinks, all right, BKB as a third item, I should be okay.
Yeah, so for right now, he does have the Dragonlance queued. One of the builds I want to talk about, too, is Watson with what he's got right now. He picks up his Dragonlance, and this kind of feels like a little bit of a night and day between the Drow we saw previously. Not forced to go into a Midas early on.
Oh yeah, this is a much better start for Watson in this one, going into full Hurricane Pike next. Pretty standard build overall, having a bit of mana regen from that Ring of Vassia, and also found Arcane Ring, so you can spam the multi-shot. I see some stacks being made in the triangle for Entity. Seems like Stormstormer wants to take those first. Wants to hit an earlier BKB timing.
And that's what he's working towards, and we'll start to burn him out. Also has Seeds of Serenity down, so he can heal while doing this. Another Exorcism's going to be used top on this tower. They've only got level 2 in the Living Armor, but they're going to throw down a Nature's Grasp and try to pull these creeps off, make it difficult for them to get the tower with this second Exo.
Katomi also finds tumblers, so it's not like he's not annoying enough with him going through the trees, free-batting. Tundra will pop a glyph, making sure that this tower dies, and on bottom, Toby trying to put some more pressure. Vlad's is finished on him. Seems like there's not going to be rotation from Tundra. They would just want to have the trade here, say goodbye, and collapse on a mid tower potentially. Soxa just hits level 6. Let's see if he can find an opening.
Meanwhile, by the way, as Kataomi is running back after that tower goes down, he puts some wards in the middle of the lane to try and catch maybe some vision on these Tundra heroes when they come up towards
We've seen in the
top.
previous game how strong these lane wards are, especially if they stay there for a long duration. BKB almost done on Batrider. Needs 1,000 gold to finish it off.
Vendetta used to get that kill. Watson, he comes over, and nobody's there to stop the TP, so using that first Vendetta to at least get something out of it. Arcane Boots for Toby. See if he goes full Guardian Greaves. He's already got this Vlad's as well. BKB soon, and 33, he's also earned BKB for this Death Prophet.
I guess he wants to be a bit more mobile in a fight, because if he gets Glimpse back while using the Exorcism, they buy time against this sticking up palm charges, Visage stuns. He might not be able to deal damage, and it feels like he needs to play with Puck to be able to get that damage done. So going for a BKB sounds like a good adjustment. He still could go back to Guardian Greaves.
And that's putting Snaking on Guardian Greaves now. Queued up for now. We'll see if he ever gets there.
It's gonna take a while. This is 0-5 Undying, level 5, 15 minutes into the game, so don't expect great things to happen.
Saxa looking, and, well, they see him. So this Ob Sentry combo will be cleaned up, as they're wise to the ward, and 33 is holding on to some help. Clean up the vision. Now they've got the dust. Saxa, he's dusted up. Flame Break, Static Storm, all here on the Nyx Assassin. Spike Carapace, and Saxa will eventually fall. Not using that lasso, so still holding it. As 33 is coming over, he doesn't have a point of the silence, so really stopping them from continuing is going to be tough. They'll go to the Glimpse, they'll try to pull him back. They use the Overgrowth. Now they've got the silence from the Drow. 33 as well as 9 in trouble. 9 falls, so does 33. These numbers are dying. Now look for Snake King too, and well, right now Entity, they haven't lost anything.
A lot of zombies there. They still weren't able to kill that Tombstone immediately, but we'll find another one.
Ooh, and a Glimpse. Time lapse, but right there, oh, they've got the lasso. They were ready and they got both.
Oh. There's certain heroes in Dota that you need to know how to count the for. Kunkka is the one, Disruptor is the other one.
Ooh, gosh.
And when you play against them, like Glimpse puts himself in a difficult spot, dies in the end, and now going for a BKB. Well, this was a big fight from Entity. You've seen Kataomi, right positioning, uses the Overgrowth, then another TP from Toby, ready to use his birds if they decide to dive in. They're super tanky. Like once Toby gets to his mech/Guardian Greaves timing, it's gotta be a lot of heal, a lot of sustain.
Yeah, and what I like to see in that fight too is Watson coming over. That Gus was big in that fight, getting a silence onto 2 that starts it off. And it's a Drow confident early, right? Ready to fight, ready to have some damage, not lacking like we saw the last Drow.
She knows that she has a really good front line, especially now with Stormstormer picking up that BKB. So he's not gonna be afraid of Nyx Assassin, will move around freely. There isn't a spell that he's really afraid of unless they initiate with the Nyx Assassin on him, with the Puck and maybe some damage from Weaver. It's still a difficult task to take this Batrider from 100 to 0.
And they haven't been able to kill him yet. 6-0-4 for Stormstormer. He is popping off. And 9 was there bottom, but doesn't even want to contest what's going on here as Stormstormer farms bot.
10,000 net worth on bats, 17 minutes. This has to be like one of the most farmed bats I've seen in a while.
9 showing, and again, just seeing Stormstormer is enough to send 9 going the other way. So if anybody were to show up to potentially be a +1, especially Fishman with the Static Storm with the Kinetic Field, now that they've got Lasso back up in a second, that could be very dangerous for 9 staying here bottom. This is just, the early start for Entity has allowed them to farm really well. Watson, he's going into the Shard next. He's already got that early Hurricane Pike. That Hypothermia is going to be big in these team fights. Dream Coil on a 2 with the BKB being popped here. They go to the Static Storm as well as the Kinetic Field. It's onto the Puck. They'll get the kill on a Fishman, but it looks like they're going to lose 2 because both Snake King and 9 will fall, and that's another chunk of gold going towards Entity with that Tombstone dropping again. So they keep feeding lives and tombstones over every time.
It's starting to add up, and also Stormstormer not using his lasso in this fight, which means that he will have it for the next one if they want to go for a pickoff. Like, all the things are going really well for Entity. Watson, full Hurricane Pike, finished off the Shard to increase his farming as well, and now going into BKB next. So once they hit the 2 BKB timing and the Guardian Greaves, like, they might even want to take a fight before Watson gets a BKB. Like, this is the call that most likely the carry makes, whether he feels strong enough to join a fight without it.
So we'll see what the decision is he makes. Meanwhile, by the way, just to go back to Stormstormer on this Bat Rider, and maybe I'm gushing a little bit too hard about how well his play has been, but it's his patience too, right? Like you talked about that last fight, he didn't need the lasso. Like the fight that happened inside their own jungle too, he waited a long time in that fight with the lasso too, and that's what allowed them to kill the Weaver.
Yeah, it's something that I said, that they can't really bring him down from 100 to 0 unless they use like Exo, Nyx Assassin stun into Carapace while Firefly, like they need to chain stun him with these two abilities. Other than that, he's gonna be okay. And now they also gave Batrider gem.
Whoa.
Fishman, 19 minutes into the game, we saw a lot of early gem pickups. This could potentially get dewarded, and he will do it. Never mind, it just expired.
Oh. The worst feeling.
He hit it once and then it expired.
Static Storm, and they've caught themselves 9 again.
This is why we talked about this Disruptor being a really good pick into Puck and also pre-BKB on Weaver, so that's gonna cause a lot of issues. Snaking. Let's see if he decides to lasso him.
Yeah,
He will.
he'll use it. And we're gonna stop the TP otherwise, and Snaking's gonna drop here to Toby. Gotta put that lasso on cooldown for another 100 seconds. Glimpse, time lapse, but kinetic field. Skitter's in trouble. They've got the dust. They don't have the lasso this time around, but he doesn't have time lapse, so you'd like to go back in time, but well, you'll just spend time in timeout.
This is the second time time lapse is used like that and puts himself in a really bad spot. Let's see if they want to go inside Roche with and just take it by force. This is also taking Roche from Dead Prophet that you would definitely love to take, especially once you hit that level 12. BKB is available on Dead Prophet, but it doesn't seem like they're going to contest this. They want to get rid of the Vision with the gem pickup from Fishman, held by Stormstormer, and he's very close to Octarine.
Yeah,
this bat's getting out of control.
Getting? He is.
He's been out of control, okay,
Yeah,
for the last 10 minutes, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. I mean, his net worth is outrageous. It really has been just the perfect back game so far, and everything is just rolling together here for Entity. Not to say that Tundra is out of it by any means. They just need to hold on for a little bit longer. This Weaver, the farm is getting there, but once he gets this BKB, maybe feels a little bit more confident in these fights to really find more aggression from Tundra, right?
After the good laning stage for Skeeter, yeah, Undying died multiple times, but he was on top of the network for a while. He didn't manage to like join the fights or get anything done. He never felt too safe. Oh, let's see this one. We'll get a quick pick off.
Fishman dying, but still just the Disruptor. You look at the 3 cores on the side of Entity, they've only lost Toby once out of all 3 of them in the moment.
They didn't even kill Kataomi. Kataomi 0, 1, and 13 on Treant Protector.
Typical Kataomi of performance, and he's about to have the blink. He's got the shard already. He is uber farmed himself. I mean, this is...
Blink Dagger done, so can't keep the distance, disengage, hold him in place. There's multiple BKB piercing abilities on their side, so like even when Skeeter gets that BKB, he does have it at the moment, he's still gonna be afraid of those.
And I think it's actually safe, 100%, even with that BKB, so as much as you want this team to be confident coming into the BKB timings that they have, I almost wonder if whether or not Tundra still want to just sit back and buy time to farm even more. They want Gleipnir on Skitter, that's going to be a while. Kaya Sanj on Puck, like, these items are pretty far away for what they want. Stormstormer spots 33, and that's the Blink Dagger now on Stormstormer. They've got the Silence, they'll start to slow him up, Flame Break, right clicks, and eventually he'll succumb to Hypothermia. Glimpse on the Nyx Assassin, and that'll send him back top. He was probably dead otherwise, but gets a free ride to the top lane.
Stormstormer, he's all over the place. Blinking in, deeping back to base, and now threatening a kill on a top lane. Let's see, like, I want to see something with Saxat. Like, this could be a good opening if he got the quick BKB. These 2 Invis heroes, he sees them with the gem. So,
Ooh.
bit of a difficult task. Gets D-Ward as well.
That was time-lapse very early. And I'm a little worried for Skitter if the whole team starts to rotate on this one. Katomi's over to the side as he doesn't have overgrowth. They'll get the glimpse, they'll get the kill. It's onto this Treant. The illusory orb and the jaunt won't be used. But they're still diving, they're still looking. Static Storm in the kinetic field's committed, as well as the Dream Coil. It's down and snapped on Fishman. But can they go over and get some more? Flame break, right clicks, the silence. Is it long enough? It is! 9 going down to Watson again.
Yeah, that long duration silence, it's maxed out now, so 6 seconds. It wasn't even a static storm this time around. Bat Rider will get stunned by Nyx. But now they're gonna be the one chasing. You said time left was used earlier. No TP out, no lasso for 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Tundra getting something done. They did get a kill, but still, when you do the bat, it's better trade for Entity.
Yeah. They lose 2, but they get the puck. They slow down 9's game again. A lot of positives coming out from these exchanges. I will say, though, kind of quietly, and maybe that's because he's died twice, Skitter is getting towards the top of the net worth. We talked about how Stormstormer was out of control with the farm that he's got. But
still is.
Skitter's keeping up.
He is there. He's keeping up with the Drow Ranger, but the problem is this Drow has been popping off. Like, in terms of matchup, all she needs to do is survive the initial burst, and they do have the countermeasures for it. And then once you have that silence, it's very difficult for these heroes to play into it. Undying, dying one more time.
Impale landed. Now 9's going to come over, go to the Dream Coil again, but 33, he's into the fight. The right click's coming out from Watson. They've got the Static Storm as well as the lasso. That's going to be onto the Weaver. They get the kill there onto Saksa. Now, can they get anything on this on the side of Tundra? They'll look over at 9. He falls to Katomi. 33 with the BKB with the right click damage, and Stormstormer right on top of this Death Prophet. There's nowhere for you to run, 33. They've got the sticky napalm. They'll have the right click damage. The silence is going to miss. They'll take out the Death Prophet. They'll look over at the Weaver. Skitter falls. 4 heroes down the side of Tundra, and it was a team wipe because Saksa bought back.
Yeah, this is just like fighting into Aegis that is about to expire. A bit difficult now. Watson, he's gonna have another item advantage on Weaver. You said he's keeping up, but this fight that they just did, and also having all this heal, we talked about Undying not having that good of a game and just dies immediately, gets popped.
Tommy's so good at using this shard to get those roots all the time. Blinking from their trees and hitting these heroes, locking them down, starting it off for his team. Now they've moved over to the bottom tier 3. Puck's alive, Skitter's not. Neither is the Undying. How can they hold? Entity will back off thanks to this glyph and start to TP away. Stormstormer actually going towards mid.
Octarine Core done on him. Level 20, 2 Flame Break charges. They're the ones controlling the runes, controlling the map. I'm trying to look for an Observer Wards from Tundra. I see only one near the river, and that's about it.
And there is just one more a little deeper, but it's not getting them enough info when Entity don't need to be on that side of the map. So they're free to cross the river, and they've paid their admission, and they'll stay here for a whole day pass if they really so please. Shadowblade coming through for Watson. He's looking for the Silver Edge. AC being built there for Toby.
So many auras. Like you have this living armor, extra armor. You have drums. You have Guardian Greaves, Vlad's aura. So many things to amp up the damage and just keep them alive longer in these team fights. You said it. They only did manage to kill one core on side of Entity once. And it's one death on Toby. That's about it. All the other kills were on supports. Saksa.
They can collect gold if they can start to kill these cores, but it's not working. Ooh, Dust. Even the Overgrowth committed. Spike Carapace locks up Stormstormer, as now they've got the right click damage to get the kill on a Snake King. 3-man impale, a little bit of a ravage. Skitter comes over, and now he's going to start to right click with the Desolator, but the lasso's out onto Skitter. They get the kill on a Saksa. Watson for the low ground, getting the kill on a 9, and they will take out these heroes one by one. They finally lose the Disruptor. Fishman falls to the wayside, but Snake King's looking like he's going to die again. 9 comes back in, but Katomi's on him once again. They got the guts. They'll get the kill. You can call this team 7 because they just ate 9.
They bought back. They went all in, and Entity can't get inside of the base and just close out this game.
He's gonna die, but 33 also falls. They don't have buyback. It was already used by 9.
They bought back on 3 heroes. Like, these heroes immediately explode. Watson uncontested. They can't really do anything to him.
So we'll take the bottom set of racks. And they'll still continue to try and hold on, but Skitter trying to run. Throws the Swarm out, a little bit of right clicks, one flame break, Stormer back onto the high ground, but they've got the Gust. He has to run. Can he hide the dust, the familiars, the lockdown, the kill, the flames? It's all there. GG is called, and they will take out Tundra in this second tiebreaker game.
Not scripted at all. Not.
So, continuing the script, continuing on. Entity getting the victory, and well, Tundra. I mean, it's the same scenario as the first time around. We
Very
continue.